Employers in February hung out the "We're hiring" sign. Non-farm payrolls coming in at 242,000 versus the 190,000 estimate. Hourly wages, though, they fell for the first time in more than a year. So what does that mean for the U.S. economy and maybe even what the Fed's going to do? Let's get right to the floor show. Traders at the New York Stock Exchange, CME Group, and the NYMEX. Okay, Sarge, you get first crack at this one. A solid number here for job creation. And what did we see? Boom, the markets took off, punching through the ceiling of 17,000. You think we'll close there?
Well, we did just get technical support at 1994 in the S&P 500. That's sort of a line in the sand for us. If we don't hold there, we'll go down to 1988. It does look like we did just hold there. We have a shot now at 2005, which is the level that us dreamers would really like to hold going into the weekend.
Okay, that's for the S&P. We're looking at the Dow Jones Industrials, which is about 11 points away from 17,000. We're at 1998 for the S&P. Chris Robinson, what's going to get us there and then keep us above it? Because so far we've touched it, retreated a little bit.
Well, I think you're going to have a little bit more short covering, and you got to remember, if you've been short for the last 3 weeks, you've taken 1,700 points of heat. So that's a punishment rally for the bears. Huh. Everybody that was bared up 3 weeks ago, now we're into the beginning of the month. Spring break's coming down. I think you may see some guys flip and get long, and then we'll have to see if that continues to be the best strategy. We're range bound. We've had a really good correction off the February 2nd low. But a lot of people lost a lot of money betting against this market. I
want to get to Gary Burnison. Listen, you're in the management and the hiring. Let's scrutinize this thing. Oh, excuse me, he's not there just yet. Let's get to Jeff Grossman. And listen, oil had a great day, up about 3%. And you start to see some of these names not just move higher, but skyrocket. Did you see Seadrill up about 100% earlier today?
Well, again, some of their pricing is based on their inventories. But again, look, this market, as I said last week, was going to go higher. This not the rocket science here. You have the rigs going down. You've got the stock market showing some strength here. The dollar hasn't shown any great strength in the last week or two. This market was destined to go higher. Now we've reached a point where we're running into some traffic here, probably above 36, about 36.5. This market has a little resistance here. Probably if the market comes in higher come Monday, you may have to sell it for a pullback here. This market may have to work in this area for a while, maybe settle around 34.5 or so for the near term. But again, it was a strong performance this week.
You know, as he's talking, can we show gasoline? Can we show some of the distillates here? Because this is an interesting moment to see these numbers moving higher. Go ahead, Jeff.
No, but again, this is, a market that was way overdue for a rally. It had been beaten senseless over the last couple of months. And again, this is a simple reverse gravity. When I spoke about the market going up last week, one of your other guests got apoplectic and couldn't believe what I was saying. But I don't know. I hope he didn't have a big position because he lost about 10% the move since we spoke.
Well, yeah, a lot of people have been losing a lot. But let's talk to Gary Burnison of Korn, Ferry. And Gary, looking at this jobs number, it did look very solid. We did see a retrenchment when it came to wages. They did pull back about 0.1% for hourly earnings here. Hours worked fell. I don't know what to read into this. You tell me.
Well, I think listen, I think you read a couple things. It's either can I treat your illness or can I take your order? You look at the jobs creation, it was really in leisure and hospitality and healthcare. And that was the bright spot. The negative spot were banks. Energy has obviously been decimated. So, speaking of gravity, I kind of feel like we're defying gravity.
You know what? I just noticed that oil has gone through the $36 a barrel level in electronic trading. So looking at crude right now, maybe that's a sign that we'll start to see bigger hiring in the oil patch. Great to have all of you. Thank you so much. Gary Burnison of Korn Ferry, along with Stephen Guilfoyle, Chris Robinson, and Jeff Grossman. Have a good weekend, guys. Thanks.